So if you want to do looks like this or this, stop scrolling because I'm about to help you out. So my first tip, if you're a beginner to makeup, don't do your face first, because if you get fallout, it's going to fall in your under eye and then you're going to have color underneath your eye. You have to start over. So do your brows and then use a concealer to prep your eye. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm just going to do a line like that and like that. You can use a beauty blender, your finger, or a brush. I'm going to use a brush to blend this out. Okay, so different from my other eyeshadow tutorial, I'm not going to set my lid because we want the color to be as pigmented as possible. And to keep things as affordable as possible, I'm going to bring out my old palette, my Beauty Glaze palette here. It's the Color Studio one, and I got it from Amazon. I'll have it linked in my bio. I'll be using these three mattes here and then this gold brownish color. If you're in need of brushes for this, I have some linked in my Amazon storefront and the link in my bio. I'm going to start off with this round fluffy brush. To start it off, I make this C shape like this. And I don't bring it past the edge of my eye because we don't want to blend too far out. And we're going to bring it all the way right to the beginning of our eye. Not tapping anything off. We're just going to go ahead and just pack that right there. Only tapping. And then going with the second layer to build up that pigment. And I'm going to use a small brush like this to buff out the edges of that first color. This will help to give a gradient blend between the two colors that you're going to use next. Make sure to blend right on top of the color instead of like blending out and going outwards. Just blend right on top of it. So it should look like this now, and now you're ready for your second color. Now with that second color, we're just going to go right on top of where we smoked out that purple. Keeping those colors on top of each other is going to help so it doesn't blend out too far. So we're doing the same thing and we're just patting it on there and not blending. Now I'm going to do the same thing and buff it out. You can use whatever colors you want, just make sure you go from dark to light. Going in with another small brush like this, we're just going to blend that out. Now for this part, we're going to go slightly above those colors because we don't want to go directly onto it. We're going to go slightly above so that we can make sure that there's a nice blend between the brow and your eyeshadow. I wanted to change the color up a little bit, so I'm just going to go with this peach. Now as you can see, there's a nice gradient blend between the colors. I'm just going to go back in with that purple to intensify it some more. Starting in the lower crease and then kind of blending it up like that. You may need to go back and forth between the colors to get that blend perfect. To make it a half cut crease, we're just going to tap it right here on the inner corner. And you'll want to use a round flat concealer brush like this to keep the round cut crease perfect. Now starting at the inner corner, I'm just going to tap like that. And that's why this round brush is so helpful, because you can literally just follow. And you just tap. I got cut off, but you just tap right above your crease. Like look, you just want to make sure that you can see the crease visibly. To keep it nice and clean, make sure you keep your concealer brush packed with the concealer. Once we get to the end, we're just going to flick it down like that. And then apply the rest of the lid. It'll take some practice, but it should look like that. Sorry, head to part 2. So if you want to learn how to do looks like this, or this, and keep watching because I'm going to help you out. Okay, this is part 2, so if you missed part 1, go watch that. Okay, so now that we cut our crease, we can go with our shimmer now. We're going to use a flat round brush like this. And you want to tap really close to the edge of that crease. And take that all the way to the edge. And then just brush on the rest. So we're not done yet. Everything with eyeshadow is about blending, so you want to make sure that you blend that part out too. So go back in with that purple and just drag out that color towards your outer crease, but not too far. And just blend it out like that. And if you need to, just go in with what's on the remainder of your brush and just blend that out too. And there you go. Like I say in all of my beginner tutorials, it's going to take practice to get it right. I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then I'll come back. To bring it all together, make sure you go underneath your eye with eyeshadow too. I wanted to darken it up a little bit, so I'm just adding in this Wet n Wild breakup proof gel eyeliner. I'm going to pop on my lashes and I'll be back. And if you don't know how to put on lashes, go to my beginner series and find my lash tutorial for beginners. Okay, I'm all done. I really hope this helped, and if you have any more makeup questions or want more tutorials like this, where I break down everything step by step, make sure you follow and comment and I'll help you out.
Here's how I do a cut crease for hooded eyes. I definitely have hooded eyes. It's where this basically covers your whole eyelid. I've trained myself to raise my eyebrows. For one, I want more lid space, and two, I'm a maniac. You could put your eyeshadow base just straight down, but I want it to be true to color whenever I put the color on top, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. So I take some blue micellar water and a pointy Q-tip. I have both these linked in my bio, and you're just going to carve out wherever you want. But if you're not sure where to carve out, first you can just close your eyes, look straight ahead, and make a dot right above where that's going to transfer. Dot. And then you can choose to do far up and over, or here and over, or just a full cut crease and over. I'm just going to do like a normal one today. It's at this point too where you can do shapes, like you can carve out angle wise or you can go fully over. I'm going to cut the crease with the Wink for Me brush in number 4. They have these brushes too and they're fantastic, great for carving out different shapes. I pinch the brush and pull it up so it's nice and flat. I put quite a bit of product on there. Another way, if you don't want to carve it out, is you can just tap the top of your eyelid, look up, and wherever it transfers is where you'll cut the crease. I'm just going to fill this in. Now let's say you mess up and you bring some product upwards like this. Go ahead and just take your finger and swipe it down. That's going to bring that eyeshadow back down and get rid of that product. I'm just going to tap the edges here, and then I'm going to take some black eyeshadow or whatever your darkest color is and bring it inwards. So you have a nice gradient. Add your shadow. If your cut crease line isn't very clean, you can always hide it with glitter liner. Urban Decay has really good glitter liners, and JD Glow has one of these really cool liners too.
Let me show you the easiest cut crease of your life. And if you're a beginner at makeup or simply lazy, you're gonna wanna watch. Grab any bronzer you have, this one's from Wet n Wild, and any fluffy brush. Apply this all over your lid and blend. Now going in with this e.l.f. Liquid Shadow and Moon, watch. You're gonna apply a little bit right here and look up. Now simply follow this right here, stop right here, and tap. This will blend everything in. Add a little more bronzer, and that's it. Easy, right? But like always, what do we think? What do we think?
Struggling with your cut crease? Let's break it down together. Going in with the Morphe 35C palette. On a big fluffy brush, you're going to take a light color right through the crease, all the way through, and blend that up pretty high to your brow bone. Now I'm going to take that same brush with a darker color on it, maybe 2 or 3 shades darker, and put that a little lower in my crease so you can see the diffusion from one color to the next. Now the darkest shade you're going to use, you're going to put that on the outer corner and through the crease pretty low and blend that into the previous color before. So to cut the crease, you're going to need something to cut it with. You can use a concealer, an eye base from P. Louise, this is my personal favorite, or a affordable base. This is one by Makeup Revolution called Super Base. So you're going to want a synthetic small detail brush that is rounded at the top. This is the Morphe M224. I'm going to use the P. Louise base today. Get your brush nice and coated. So just like you would do your liner, you're going to take this base and draw a line at the lash line about halfway through your eye. And then what you're going to do is look up, look around, and it stamps where that crease is going to be cut perfectly every time. Pick up more of your base and just start filling that space in. For me personally, I think it's easier to pat like this instead of swiping like this. Once you fill all that in, just tap that harsh edge that we created. So line, stamp, and fill. And blend. Taking the medium shadow that we used earlier in our crease and just start pushing that onto that harsh edge to blend the cut crease and your blended shadows together. Now go in with the first shade that you use and do the same thing. And now you can put whatever color on the lid that you want. Just with a little small packing brush, I start placing that color right where we cut the crease. So after you put your shimmer on, if you feel like this line between the shimmer and the matte is still a little like just take your blending brush and dab. It'll blend that right in. The middle and the darkest shade I put on my lower lash line. And here is our cut crease all done.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a cut crease if you're someone with smaller eyelids like me. So you're going to start by using concealer to add a base for your eyeshadow. Then with your desired eyeshadow colour, you want to start by packing the colour over the crease and then you can blend it upwards. Once your eyeshadow is blended out, you can then take your concealer and cut the crease. So the mistake I used to make when I first started doing this is that I would literally cut where my crease is. So it would end up looking a little something like this, which obviously looks very heavy and drags my eye down. What you want to do is pop the concealer way above where your crease sits, and then you can just start working it upwards. So you're effectively making yourself a new eye crease. Then you can pack a pigment onto that concealer. I like white as it opens the eye even more. And then here is the difference.
If you want to know how to get a wing cut crease like these, keep watching. First off, line tape. If you don't know how to do this, I have a video, and apply a light shade. Then you're going to take a light brown and bring it into your crease and start winging it up. It should start to look like this. You're going to take a dark brown on an angled brush and wet it with setting spray. It will make it easier to follow your crease and create a wing. And make sure to connect it to your lash line. Then take a clean brush and start blending it out. Then you're going to cut your crease with the negative space you left and apply a bright matte shade. And now you're going to go back in with that dark brown and connect a wing. Take the tape off and add to your lower lash line. Add lashes and liner and you're done.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do, because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman that can take your spot, my love. Now if I wrote you a love note and made you smile at every word I wrote, what would you do? Would that make you wanna change your scene and wanna be the one on my team? Tell me, would you? See, what's the point in waiting anymore? Cause girl, I've never been more sure that baby, it's you. This ring here represents my heart and everything that you've been waiting for. Just say I do, because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You can be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman that can take your spot, my love. I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. My love. My love. And another woman that can take your spot, my love. My love. My love. And another woman that can take your spot, my love.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be